Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of the Soul Sharing series. What a joy to be able to share and impart this sacred information. It's been an absolute pleasure for me, and for this final episode I want to talk about a beautiful analogy that has transformed my soul work with you. If you're a helper like me, I truly want to make the world a better place. I want to do that every day, and I can't actually live in this world unless I consistently show up and do my best with whatever I can to try and make a difference. I know that I make a difference for me and the beautiful clients that I'm blessed to work with, and many close to me. Have you heard of the beautiful story of the little girl who's on the seashore and all of the starfish have washed up and they're marooned on the beach, and she is one by one throwing them back into the sea, and then a gentleman comes and questions her and says, why are you doing that? You're never going to make a difference. And she picks up the one starfish, throws it back in, and declares boldly, I made a difference for that one. Now, if you're anything like me, I have lived that analogy or that beautiful parable. That story has deeply etched into my being, and no matter where I was or what I was doing, I always intended to make a difference for the one. And I think what is so magical about that is that you can see in such powerful, magnificent ways how you do make such a difference to the individuals that you're blessed to touch. There's another side to this, and the other side to this is the burden of helping. When do we get to not help? It's kind of a good question. And when do we give ourselves permission to acknowledge that our influence and our impact is actually sufficient to qualify the level of help that we're giving? Now, I have faced both of those problems, the inability to stop working when I actually needed to stop helping, and then really judging my contribution, that it wasn't significant enough, that I didn't reach enough people, that my following wasn't large enough. And if you're in the same place, then this is a good episode for you, darling one. I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes when I receive sacred information, it happens in the most bizarre times and places. So I was just going to the grocery store to pick up a few things, and as I walked through the entrance, I saw this beautiful vision, and it didn't last for very long. But what I saw was the seashore, and I saw all of these marooned starfish, and I just paid attention. There was no little girl present, and what I noticed was one starfish. And it started to shake, and it started to quiver, and it started to rise and twirl. And within the periphery of that starfish, maybe 5-meter periphery, there was, say 30 more starfish. And as soon as it started to quiver and shake and rise, out of those 30 other starfish near it, 3 started to quiver, shake, glow, and rise. And this was fascinating for me because I saw this Mexican wave of glowing, rising starfish over the shore, and not everyone was rising at the same time. And as one would rise, some others wouldn't pay attention, but as others would rise near other starfish, that they would likewise start to glow and shake and twirl and move up. And what this really spoke to me was that I needed to stop helping everybody else. I needed to stop throwing in that one starfish. And I really needed to invest my healing gifts and my full attention to myself. Now, if you're anything like me, that's not actually the kind of suggestion you want to hear. You actually don't want to hear that stop helping other people and actually show up and help yourself. But 2 years ago, I received that, and it's influenced my work ever since. And what I do, and you probably do the same thing, is that a significant portion of my week every week is on my own personal development, my own growth, my own healing, really carefully watching myself as I'm with my family and my friends and my business and my clients and my marketing. When I do my soul sharing, how am I showing up and what am I doing, and lovingly witnessing that instead of seeking for other people to help and heal and love and guide and care for, that as I gave myself permission to become my highest priority, that the people around me gave themselves permission to become their highest priority. And I deeply believe in this, that as a healer, I share with my clients that I show up fully devoted to healing my own heart. I have been blessed to be intuitively taught how to self-heal my own anxiety and my own binge eating disorder and my own pattern of breakups, and how to actually bravely reveal who I am in business so I can have a prosperous, impactful business that's really making a difference in people's lives. That it's really important for me to show up, and then everyone who is around me, my precious clients, know that I hold them and revere them as the sacred healer of their own hearts. And I love it so much because when I recognize them as the master healer in their own lives, they allow themselves to perceive that too, and allow their own sacred guidance and their own love and their own devotion to be fully invested in them. I really believe in this, and I believe in this so much, I want to invite you into this paradigm, and I want you to check in with yourself and really turn within and go, does this paradigm align for me? What if I could become more devoted and invested in myself and showing up in my truth? What impact would that have on my clients and my friends and my family and my community? What I know is that some people aren't ready for you, darling. And as much as you try to help them and you feel that tinge of regret or the taint of, feeling rejected or unwanted, it's really, really important that some people will absolutely thrive and rise in your presence while other people won't even notice that you're there. And that's the way that it is, and it's not actually about you. That if you can give yourself permission to fully align in your truth, to show up and be the magnificent soul that you are, I promise you, you'll touch people you didn't even know were out there. They will reach you, they will contact you. Like, the biggest thrill of my work is absolutely seeing the miracles that my clients create in their own lives, attracting true love, healing, decades-old family issues, and being able to speak truthfully and create loving relationships and prospering on their purpose. And I love being able to see that, but it's the people who aren't even working with me that show up and write me comments on my YouTube channel or send me a private message or contact me through my Facebook page or my website and tell me how much something that they've heard from me has touched them. That is profound. These are people I wouldn't even know where they live. I've never seen them before. And that's the privilege that we have here in 2017, is that you can teach the world for free and touch people that you may never have the privilege of bumping into in life. And I fully, deeply appreciate that. We are so blessed. And if I was dependent on my geographical location to attract my clients, there's no way that my business would have been able to thrive. This is a new age, it's a new era, and your sacred gifts are absolutely needed in this world. And if you give yourself permission to rise in your truth and allow yourself to own your sacred gifts, your power, and your purpose, I promise you that you will absolutely prosper on your purpose. It's our birthright, and I know that. This is the final episode in the soul sharing series, and gosh, it's been such a joy to share this with you. Like, I hope you can feel my joy and feel the tenderness. I wish I had heard this sort of stuff. It has taken me 5 years of bumbling and fumbling and seeing things that I didn't want to do. Fear of missing out, masculine push-based marketing strategies that totally didn't align for me. And I had to find my own way, that unless I learned how to share my soul, unless I learned how to show up in my truth, I couldn't have the privilege of doing my soul work. If people didn't know who I was and where I was and how to work with me and how I could help them, I couldn't have the privilege of doing my soul work. And that's why I made authentic marketing a hobby. I would study on Friday night. I don't watch TV. I don't really do that much else. And I think that is really cool and cheesy that I have chosen to use my time like that. And I'm so grateful that I did. And I'm so grateful to be able to share some of the most powerful concepts and stories with you and experiences that have really touched me. I hope that you can use this to bless and enhance your life. I'm really excited to be starting the first course in Align and Shine. It's a 6-month small group of healers, intuitives, and creatives who gather together every fortnight, not to talk, not to check in and do personal development, but to do the sacred work of showing up and sharing their souls, preparing their messages for their social media platforms, clarifying the invitations that they want to make, learning how to craft stories that truly evoke a connection and a receptivity with your audience, that's what the time is going to be used for, 90 minutes every fortnight. And if this is something that you feel you wish you had guidance and love and support and a little crew of cool, intuitive, heart-based, gentle, gifted souls who really wanted to allow themselves to rise in their business and have a beautiful impact on the world, then I'd love to invite you to look at the details. There is a link in the comments below, and if you feel drawn to potentially hiring me, I would be so honored to hear from you. There is a link below called Heart Gaze, and they're the most fun things for me because I allow my heart to fully open and read your heart. Read your past and what has happened for you, and read your sacred gifts, and read your purpose, and that through that allow you to feel known and loved and cared for. That this is my sacred soul work, to truly know who people really are and invite them deeper into their truth. I do this individually through my heart healing sessions. I have individual heart mentoring sessions for business owners, but I really love the Align and Shine small group coursework where you can hear how other people are aligning their message to their voice and to their circumstances and their offerings. Such a beautiful, beautiful exchange. If any of these things are calling to you, I'd love to invite you to connect with me in a Heart Gaze session. It would be an honor to meet you, irrespective of whether it feels right for you to work with me or not. It would be such an honor to meet and connect for 30 minutes. So if this calls for you, go ahead and book in. There will be availability in my schedule for you, sweetheart. And how has this series been for you? What have you thought? I've never let myself talk and share these concepts before. This is a completely new conversation for me, and I really wanted other gentle, gifted hearts like me to know that there is a way for us to be who we are in this world and share our sacred gifts in a way that will really reach your ideal clients and the people that are seeking your exact expertise. So thank you for being here with me. I would so appreciate if you have found this valuable, if you could give it a thumbs up, and if you want to hear more about things of this nature, I am devoted to showing up on my YouTube channel every week, and I look forward to hearing what you think of this. If you would like to subscribe, it would be so nice to see you more often. Thank you for being here. My love is with you. Mwah.